Are you feeling stuck, lost, or confused about what to do next in your career? Then the Manifest Your Career podcast is just right for you. I'm your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a career mindset coach. I help successful Latinas who are battling self-doubt, self-sabotage, and imposter syndrome. I teach my clients how to combine their intuition, skills, and knowledge so that they can manifest their dream career. It's time you start listening to your inner wisdom and guidance. Tune in each week to the Manifest Your Career podcast and learn how to align your mindset to your career goals. Keep listening, and together we'll manifest your dream career. Hey everyone, welcome back. This is episode 57, and today is about defining career success. So, what does career success mean? Have you ever thought about that before? Like really taking the time to define, what does career success mean? And what does it mean to you? How do you define career success? That makes your head think. It's hard. It's hard to really define that, right? Traditional career success is defined by your work, not your worth or value, but the outputs that are determined by an external source. The outputs that are determined by either your employer or whoever else you're allowing to influence what that even means. Some people might define career success as money, prestige, how much vacation time you get, the company you work for. But all of those things, it won't make you feel fulfilled. They won't help you fulfill your passions or your life purpose. And so there's a lot of times that people begin to feel empty despite this career success that they're having, right? How often do you hear about a CEO leaving their company to go do some self-discovery and figure out their passions and purpose? And I don't think you need to do that, right? I think that people do that because they feel that's the only way to really begin to define and fulfill their life purpose, by leaving everything behind. And I'm a person of balance. You don't have to leave everything behind. You just need to find a job that is fulfilling those passions and life purpose, plus the money, plus the prestige, plus that vacation time, right? There's nothing wrong with working for corporate. Starting your own business and doing your own thing is not for everyone. Some people like to just show up to work, right? What continues to help you feel fulfilled and showing up to work is finding a job that aligns with your passions and your life purpose. And you can do this by defining your career success. Well, let's go back to that definition of career success that is defined by money, prestige, the company you work for, your job title. That definition of career success puts you in a place where you have to work hard to prove your value. One that makes you believe that the only way to prove your career success is by showing up day in and day out at 150 or even 200%. And that puts you at a limited mindset, because it is a mindset that believes that your career value, your career success depends on how hard you work, on what degrees, skill, or experience that you have. But true career success is only defined by you. And it isn't by working hard, and it isn't by building a list of accolades. Only you can truly define what career success means to you. I defined it as the fulfillment of life's passions and purpose. Because when you are doing that, you feel great and you can attract all of those other things. Because when you are feeling good, all the right things are showing up in your life too. So I define my career success as the fulfillment of my life's passions and purpose. So my passion is learning and growing my mind. I love to consume information, all kinds of things. I have a list of books that I'm constantly reading, bouncing from topic to topic, always wanting to devour more. And that is one of my passions. And my purpose is to teach what I learn to others. I truly believe that everyone is here to live their passion and purpose, and that is through our work, right? If we all followed our passion, what lights us up, and which is really different for everyone else. I'm sure there's people who are like, oh my God, I hate reading new books, or I hate constantly learning. Like for me, I love that growing and expanding and the abstract, the intangible thoughts. That's what I like. For some people, it's the tangible, right? So, what would that purpose look like for them? For example, my husband, he loves to work with children and he's an occupational therapy assistant. And he loves coming up with new ways to help them in their development and how to get better and all of these technical things that I can't even repeat because my eyes glaze over when he starts talking about it. So, I love to learn about personal growth and development and different ways of thinking, right? And he's more of the tangible, right? Like how to hold a pencil properly, how to devise a way for someone to practice holding that pencil in a way that strengthens them so that they can begin to hold that properly at all times, not just when they're laying down. And to me, I'm like, that looks cool, but that's something I want to do. But I know that he is living his passion and purpose through his work. He truly enjoys what he is doing. Is every day not stressful? No, of course, there's still some work stress. But when you are living your life purpose 80% of the time throughout your day, you're going to be in a better place than someone who is never living their life purpose. So, that career success definition, that traditional career success, can never truly fulfill you if you just see your job like a paycheck. It doesn't work that way, because if it did, then you'd be happier. The world would be happier. People making all this money would be happier, but they are not happier. Not saying that people with money aren't happy, but there's plenty of people collecting paychecks in different ways who do not feel successful. And if you ask me, it's because they're not living their life's passion and purpose. So I ask you to take some time, get a journal out, and ask yourself, how do I define career success? What does career success look like to me? And after you write that down, take a moment to pause and really look at what you wrote down. And it could be anything. There's no judgment here, how you define your career success. How I define career success is how I define it for me. How you define it can be any way that you want it to be. I just ask that after you write that down, you ask yourself, is this definition your own or one that you've been taught to believe? Is this definition your own or one that you've been taught to believe? After you sort that out, really dig deeper and really come up with a career success definition for yourself that you want to live up to. And this could be as specific as you want or as broad as you want. Of course, I said that mine is living my life's passion and purpose, which is learning and teaching. But there's so much more that goes into that. How will I be doing it? Who am I doing it with? What kind of learning? What kind of teaching? What kind of work? The possibilities are really endless. There's so many places, right? And right now, I would define it as learning and development, growing leaders so that they can also grow their staff, their direct reports, and not just for the company, but for their mind, their growth, so that they can find, so that they can see, are they living their life's passions and purpose? I think a lot of times there is this thinking that if a person is awakened, that they will just want to quit and no longer do what they're doing. If a person is awakened and they belong where they are, they're not going anywhere. If a person is awakened and they move on, it's probably the best thing for the company. So ask yourself, how do you define career success? Is that definition your own? And don't allow the toxic career culture to shame you into thinking that your career goals are not possible. Because career fulfillment is not possible just for a few people. It's possible for everyone. Career fulfillment is available for everyone. You just have to believe it. You just have to define it for yourself. First, you need to become aware of what's been influencing your idea of career success, and then decide if it's actually true for you. What does career success look like to you? And is that something that you want for yourself? So I leave you with that. How do you define your career success? And then look into where you are and make a plan on how to begin to take steps to meet your definition of career success. That's it for today. Thank you for listening to the Manifest Your Career podcast with me, your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a career and mindset coach. Learn more today on manifestyourcareer.com.